Hello and welcome back. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more Ragusa with a little bit of help. So I was just wondering if maybe it would make sense to do this click, and we're going to bust out our calculators and try to determine whether or not 49 admin points is worth spending for this click. And I want to walk people through, like, at least how I would make that determination. I'm guessing, my prediction is that it's not worth it, but let's do the math anyway. So the way that we would start then is we look at the Constantinople node, and we want to know what the trade power in the node is before any modifiers. So there is a total of 519.6 total trade power in the node. That's including anyone's modifiers and stuff, so let's just write that down, 519.6. Our multiplier to trade power efficiency in this node is at 25%. So if we built this click, we're converting 49 admin points into 10 local trade power. That 10 local trade power gets multiplied by this trade power efficiency multiplier. So let's start there. 10 times 1.56. We end up at 15.6 trade power from the click. Then the actual node trade power multiplier hits it, which gives us another 1.25x multiplier, increasing our trade power in the node by 19.5. So if we did the click, the node's trade power would go from 519.6 up this amount. So the new total is going to be 539.1. Our trade power in the node currently is 41.2. We are going to also go up by that same amount, 19.5. Which means that our relative share of the new max trade power in the node is going to go from whatever it is now to 60.7 out of this number. So we're going to end up with 11.26% control of the node. Right now we have 7%-ish. Actually, let's calculate the exact number. Right now it is 41.2 out of 539. So that's our current relative share. This is what our share would become. So it's an increase of 47% roughly in the amount of like power in this node, just from 49 admin points. Our merchant being here is steering out 1.11 ducats, so we would go up by that percentage, 47%. 1.11 times 1.4733. So that minus whatever it currently is, we would see about an extra half ducat come out of that node. All that math. 519 is the current? No, 5... Oh, did I type it wrong at the very beginning? I maybe made a mistake there, but... So basically, if we did the click, it doesn't matter exactly what the math is, obviously. Yeah, we want to be perfect, but roughly half of a ducat more will come out of this node if we do that. The problem is, we only get 21% of whatever is in this node. So even by... If we bring another half ducat out of Constantinople, we're probably only going to get about 0.1 ducats of extra increased income. So then the math becomes, is it worth spending 49 admin points to gain, say, 0.1 ducats a month, multiplied by trade efficiency, so call it like 0.15. So we're getting 0.15 ducats for 49 admin points. This way or is it the other way? Money per admin? Money per monarch point? Yeah, let's do money per monarch point. So we get 0.003 money per monarch point if we do that click. Alternatively, we could just do a base tax click, right? 44 admin points in Sirmia. And that's going to give us roughly 0.1 ducats a month directly, no matter what. So, again, we could spend a whole long time getting the exact number correct, but I think eventually that is a click we're going to want to do, especially once the autonomy is lower. But right this second, it's not that great. Trade's a little complicated. It is. Hungarian separatists in our subject are at 90% now. And that's with me helping subsidize, like suppress that land. It's gonna have a 10 stack pop up. Oh well. We'll just have to fight it when it pops out. Nobody understands trade now, not fully. Again, there are people who probably do have a better understanding of it than I do, but my gut usually is correct when it comes to what decisions to make about trade, just based on lots of hours of play. So 25 reasons for Austria to defend Hungary in our next war. At some point, Austria is not going to be willing to defend him, and we'll just jump on that opportunity. In the meantime, our subjects are mostly loyal-ish, almost not completely loyal. We need to, I would take Miltech 8. I imagine one of these guys is going to get us that. Oh, not really. There's Mud and Murder Hungry. Can't quite yet. We should have those workshops complete. Oh, excellent. So we do have a lack of a truce now with Hungary, so we can maybe get our power projection a little bit higher. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and let's scornfully insult. Oh, we don't have positive prestige apparently. Let's do a embargo on Hungary. Regular insult on Venice. How tall are we? We have 117 whole development. But the good news is that we're strong good. We're not weak. Very strong good. I mean, I'm not running 3 advisors, but that's because I want to build buildings right now. We need to get stronger. We have enough sailors for another Boat. Get that started. Don is still with us. Lord Glasmir's still with us as well. Secret societies in government. Gain stab at the cost of 15 prestige. Or gain 10 prestige and take advisor costs plus 25 for a while. Well, positive stab is extremely valuable as a republic. So I think we just lose the prestige here. Is this a tall game? Generally speaking, yeah. Merchant republics are almost always going to be tall. We could theoretically maybe convert this province at some point. With that extra stab, we're at 0.3% missionary strength. We could turn on the state edict for conversion. Go to 1.3. We got an Inquisitor, we could go to 3.3. That might be worthwhile. 3.3% missionary speed. Costs 3 ducats a month for like 33 months. It's like 100 gold. 100 gold to convert that province is huge. I'd rather build buildings. Sorry that you are late, but you were here. I accept your apology. Welcome back. Maybe we should try to find some temporary allies so we can get this mission done. This trustworthy allies mission. Wouldn't mind having that. Get that edict back off again. I think we have enough to build another workshop. So workshops make the most sense long-term, just because of all the reasons I've talked about many times before. Especially if you have building slot limit. Like, we're not going to build a church over a workshop. It's just not correct. I don't think, even as a merchant republic, that you want to build marketplaces in provinces that don't have centers of trade. So let's ignore that. But, we will continue to build workshops. Always workshop first? No, not always. I would say highest priority is tactical forts. If a fort is the most valuable in a province, then all buildings are secondary. After forts, I would say workshops are one of the higher priority buildings. If it's got a center of trade, though, I would build a marketplace ahead of a workshop. The reason why you want to prioritize workshops is because later on, as the game progresses, you want every province in your country to have a workshop so that when the manufactories become available, it shows the potential possible income from having a manufactory there correctly. Let's say that you don't do it that way and you build churches and stuff, then eventually manufacturers will become available and you'll only have like one building slot. So you're going to be looking through this list of like, where can I build a manufactory? And the number is going to be low. But at a glance, you can't tell from this interface, is there a workshop there also already? So say there's only one building slot available, you would then need to manually go through and build the workshops, like delete buildings, add space for workshops, like all this tedious micromanagement that is just dumb. So it's just way easier to pre-build the workshops. Just pre-build workshops. Way simpler. And long-term, more economically beneficial. Port defense or siege ability? Siege ability. Hungary's moving. Wonder what he's up to. What you doing, buddy? Oh, he's got rebels again. More Wallachian peasants, sir. More Wallachian separatists. We need our subjects to stop being disloyal so that I can rent out Karategiri and we can do stuff and things. I want to do stuff and things. It is time for stuff and things. Let's take another advisor. Go back up to full advisor count. Was I told incorrectly? Workshops prior, but isn't it that 0.13 ducats is the meta for which building you should build? I would usually prioritize light ships over any building, and then anything that makes over 0.1 ducats a month is pretty reasonable to build. But if I had to choose between a 0.1 workshop or a 0.1 church, I would always build a workshop. Because of the potential manufactories down the line. Also, on that topic, if you have a building slot limit, the church goes from 0.4% local tax modifier to 0.6. The workshop goes from 0.5 to 1. So the upgraded workshop is more like potential. Make sense? Can I break down the math for ships? Ugh. Ugh. It's a lot of work, though. Well, okay, sure. Let's just do it with our current setup. I'm not going to do it based on trade, like collecting from trade. We're using pirates right now, which is fine. But the simplest way of doing it is just going to be take our current ship count, 12, divide the income we're getting in piracy, 1.17. So 1.17 divided by 12 ships. So each ship is making us 0.0975 ducats a month. Each ship costs us 20 ducats to build. 20 ducats divided by the income per month of 0.0975 means that it pays for itself in 205.128 months, which is in 17 years. Generally speaking, when people say, oh, you should build buildings if they make more than 0.1 ducats a month, you're spending, like, say, like, you know, this workshop, for example, we're spending 90 ducats to make 0.06. So 90 divided by 0.06 is 1,500 months payoff, divided by 12 months per year. It takes 125 years at that rate to pay for itself, versus the ship paying for itself in 17. And that's with pirates. Pirates take half the money themselves and only give you half. So, generally speaking, in my mind, most light ships pay for themselves in 5 to 7 years. It's less for piracy, but piracy is our best option based on being in the Ragusa node. So, does the math not count the upkeep? I didn't, but the upkeep is extremely minor. Well, it's more significant with piracy as a relative share. Yeah, we're losing half the income. So even then, it's 34 years to pay for itself. And we get power projection from doing the piracy. Basically, you want to do the thing that pays for itself the fastest. And since boats tend to pay for themselves in 10 or less years, they are better than most buildings. Plus, they have value in war. You can blockade, you can, you know, do other stuff. Exactly. Plus, on some small level, the AI does consider relative naval strength when it's trying to decide when to do things. So you having a fully built-out force limit on your navy does something, while you having a fully built-out country worth of buildings doesn't. The AI will never look at you and say, well, he's got churches everywhere. I can't beat him. They don't care about that. Okay, we're very, very close to the diplopoint cap, but I don't really want to spend any points because I think we're going to want to do this ID group, like an ID group really soon. We'll probably do a culture bank and try to get the rest of the way towards Tech 7 admin. I don't want to fall behind on Diplo Tech though because of that trade efficiency bonus. We'll see. I don't really know. We're not even making very many points right now. Our subjects are continuing to become disloyal over time, unfortunately. If we take Miltech, they won't be, though. Ooh, another age bonus. Alright, we took Feudal de Jour Law first because we needed it for helping put down rebellions. We're not colonizing. We don't care about cavalry ratio. War taxes is pretty minor. Claims bordering claims could break us out of our little thing. We could maybe go and attack people that are distant and weak, like Fazan or Karaman, or, you know, we could fabricate all the way around into, like, Crimea region. There's value in that. War taxes does have some clear value. Aggressive expansion doesn't really matter too much. I think it's probably claims bordering claims, because the biggest thing that's blocking us from growing is the fact that we can't attack the Ottomans, and we can't beat Hungary and Austria, and we can't beat Venice. We're just sort of stuck. So in that case, I think we want the ability to break out. So, now we need to reconsider what we want to do with our diplomats. It also allows you to fabricate claims multiple provinces inland, so you don't have to do it like one row at a time. Subject has a claim on those two for us. This guy's got claims and cores on a bunch of stuff. This isn't a downstream node. I think we want to try to get a claim on Tirgovist. Okay. Any chance we could... Like, who else could we beat? This guy's a prince, so we can't attack him. So is Florence. Although, no, actually, it's 1490. Is he still a prince? They are not princes. So Ferrara is just Ferrara and Milan. We could probably beat that. Florence... Ugh. Ugh. How did he do that? That's disgusting. Florence allied France and Austria. Okay. Siena is going to be part of a trade league, most likely. Yeah, they're part of the Venetian trade league. Genoa is also not a prince anymore, but they're allied to Austria. Out of everyone that I've seen right in here so far, it looks like the only real possible option is Milan plus Ferrara. If we go down after Fazan, we'd have to fight some randoms. We'd have to fight Togurt, the Yogurt, and Tlemcen. They probably don't have comparable armies, but we have no transports, so it'd be kind of tricky. The Knights would make us fight Venice directly. Cyprus makes us fight the Mamluks due to their guarantee. Ramazan makes us fight Mamluks. Karaman makes us fight 4 countries. Okay, Emerti makes us fight Samatshi. That's a winnable war. Circassia is a tributary under the Great Horde. Crimea's looking kind of weak, actually. We can maybe beat Crimea. We could try to conquest Theodoro, but no, he is allied to Muscovy. Alright, so write these down, Jimmy. Ferrara and Milan is option 1. Option 2 is Emerti Samatski. And I think that's it, actually. We could chain claim onto Poland, just so that if Poland dies in an upcoming war, we could jump on that as well. Also, do we even have coring range at Imerti? Something we need to consider. We do. We could reach Imerti. What would you say are good ID groups for North Americans? I don't think it's a factor whether you're North America or Europe. The ID groups that are good for Europeans are still good for North Americans. The same. Innovative, offensive, influence, administrative. Same stuff as normal. Okay, well, Ferrara is the one that looks the most doable to me. We currently have a claim on Naples right now. It does not touch the Gulf of Venice. We can get a claim on Venice, on Dalmatia, which gives us access to everything over here. So let's start spying on Venice. And, ooh, Protestant Reformation just began. Neat, good. Cool. All right, I'm gonna take a short break here. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm gonna talk to chat a little bit about ID groups a little bit more, and probably take tech soon-ish. Cool. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.